Hello and welcome to Life of Sciences. Today's topic is malaria. So let us start the topic malaria. So students, what is malaria? Malaria is a disease which is caused by protozoan, and the protozoan is digenetic because it requires two hosts to complete its life cycle. And this digenetic protozoan is Plasmodium. Why is it called digenetic protozoan? Because to complete its life cycle, it requires two hosts. Now, what are these two hosts? First is primary host or definitive host, which is female Anopheles mosquito. And secondary host or intermediate host is human being. So students, why is female Anopheles mosquito is known as primary host? Because here Plasmodium sexual stages resulted, while human is secondary host or intermediate host because here Plasmodium's asexual stages resulted. Now, what is the mode of transmission of this parasite? So, first of all, Sir Ronald Ross established that malarial parasite is transmitted by the bite of a female Anopheles mosquito, for which he got Nobel Prize in 1902. Now, students, Plasmodium, one of the infectious stage that is sporozoite, enters into the human body via a bite of female Anopheles mosquito through saliva. Now, there are four species of Plasmodium which causes four main types of malaria in humans. What are they? Let us study one by one. Here you can see types of malaria and their causative agent, or you can say different species of Plasmodium which causes four different types of malaria. Very first is benign tertian malaria. Then you can see coaden malaria. Then cerebral malaria, which is fatal, and mild tertian malaria. So here you can see benign tertian malaria is caused by Plasmodium vivax. Here fever recurs after every 48 hours and incubation period is about 14 days. Coaden malaria is caused by Plasmodium malariae. Here fever recurs or reappears, you can say, after every 72 hours and incubation period is 28 to 30 days. Cerebral malaria is caused by Plasmodium falciparum. Here, fever is irregular. Incubation period is of 12 days. Mild tertian malaria, which is caused by Plasmodium ovale. Here, fever recurs, repeat in every 48 hours, and incubation period is of 14 days. Now, students, let us see what are the symptoms of malaria. So, here you can see malaria is characterized by fever at intervals. Here, sudden acute chillness resulted, which is accompanied by shivering and followed by rise in temperature. Here, temperature rises at peak, that is 41.1 degrees Celsius, or you can say 106 degree Fahrenheit, and it persists for 3 to 6 hours. After 2 to 4 hours of fever, there is profuse sweating, and because of sweating, body temperature lowers down near to normal. Malaria is also accompanied by nausea, which is feeling of vomiting, headache, laziness, and muscular pain. It also results in anemia and splenomegaly, which is enlargement of spleen. Now, students, let us see. This is NCRT representation. Here you can see how malarial parasite multiplies in two different hosts. So, mosquito host is the primary host, and human host is the secondary host. So, here we can start from here how this female Anopheles mosquito bites a human, and via via saliva, sporozoite, which is infectious stage in human, enters into the bloodstream. Now, through bloodstream, sporozoite enters into the liver cell. Here it multiplies and bursts lot much of liver cells. Here you can see bursting of liver cells and lot many, you can say merozoites, one of the stage of malarial parasite, comes out from liver cell. Now these merozoites enter into the RBC and here they keep on multiplying and resulted in various stages, and they multiply by asexual means and they burst RBC. Due to bursting of RBC, a chemical known as hemozoin is released and which is responsible for characteristic, you can say, symptoms of malaria, that is chill and high fever, recur, repeat after every 3 to 4 days. Now students, after that, some of the merozoite transform into male and female gametocytes in the human RBC itself. Now, when another mosquito bites, female Anopheles mosquito, I mean to say, bites the patient, the malarial patient, then from the blood, the gametocyte enters into the mosquito body. Here, these gametocytes transform into male and female gametes. They get fused together in the intestine and result in formation of zygote. Then they convert it into ookinete, and then finally ookinete burst and release lot much of sporozoites, and these sporozoite through hemocoel enters into salivary gland of mosquito, and these sporozoite keep on multiplying in salivary gland, which is the infectious stage of you can say malarial parasite in humans. So students, it is very clear that sporozoite enters from mosquito to human body, and gametocytes enter from infected human to mosquito body. So this is the way how the life cycle completes. Now students, here you can see little bit detail of malarial parasite life cycle. Here you can see that on the right hand side, the life cycle shows in human, that is secondary host, and here on the left hand side, you can see stages of malarial parasite in female Anopheles mosquito. Now let us start from here. So mosquito bites human via saliva, sporozoite enters via bloodstream, they enter into liver, they keep on multiplying, they burst lot much of liver cell, release as merozoites. Now these merozoites enter into RBCs. Now in RBCs they keep on multiplying, they convert into ring form, then trophozoite form, then they become seasoned form, and they burst RBCs, and due to bursting of RBCs, toxic chemical hemozoin releases, which resulted in characteristic symptoms of malaria, you can say. Now, students, some of the merozoite transform into male and female gametocytes, which are sucked up by female Anopheles mosquito. Now, within the body of female Anopheles mosquitoes, these male and female gametocyte, here you can see macrogametocyte is female gametocyte and microgametocyte is male gametocyte. Now these two male and female gametocyte transform into male and female gametes. Here you can see macrogamete is the female gamete, which is an egg, and microgamete is male gamete, which is a sperm. Now these two fuse together, resulting in formation of zygote. Now here zygote elongates to form ookinete stage. Afterward, it gets converted into oocyst. Now oocyst, within the oocyst, sporozoite start multiplying, they keep on multiplying. Oocyst can come out, or you can say burst within the gut wall and releases lot much of sporozoite in the hemocoel of this female Anopheles mosquito. Now via hemocoel, this sporozoite enters into the salivary gland of female Anopheles mosquito, which is the infectious stage of human being. Now this cycle continues in the cyclic manner. Now students, come to next. Let us see. Here you can see. Now here an overview of female. Here you can see an overview of malarial parasite. So here you can see female Anopheles mosquito causes an infection by a bite, and through its saliva, the sporozoite enters into the bloodstream and migrate to liver. Now in liver, exoerythrocytic cycle resulted where sporozoite infect liver cells. They keep on multiplying and burst liver cell and come out as merozoites. Now merozoites from liver cell enters into bloodstream. Now after entering into RBCs, the cycle begins, that is erythrocytic cycle. Now merozoites infect red blood cells where they develop into ring forms, then trophozoite form, then seasoned form, and finally they convert into merozoite form. Some of the merozoite transform into gametocytes in RBCs itself. Now students, female mosquito takes up gametocyte with blood meal. Here starts the life cycle of parasite in the female Anopheles mosquito. Within the gut of mosquito, gametocytes form gametes, and then fertilization and development takes place. Now, students, zygote elongates and become motile structure, which is called eukaryote, and it differentiates into oocyst on the surface of midgut. Within the oocyst, repeated mitotic division takes place, forming sporozoites. Now, oocyst ruptures to release sporozoite in hemocoel. These sporozoites migrate to salivary gland of mosquito and life cycle begins. Now, here you can see a mind map which shows prevention and treatment of malaria. So, let us first of all read out prevention. So, how could malaria be prevented? So, control and eliminate the vectors and their breeding places, spraying insecticides in ditches, drainage areas, and swamps, doors and windows to be fitted with wire nets, use mosquito nets and repellents, avoid stagnation of water in coolers, old tires, etc. Now, introducing fishes like Gambusia in pond that feeds on mosquito larvae is one of major solution, which is also free from any insecticide and pesticide. Now, students, treatment of malaria is some drugs are available. What are they? Chloroquine, quinine, primquine, etc. So these are the, you can say, drugs which are used to treat malaria. So this is all about malaria. Thank you.